joining with us for our webinar today. We're glad that you can make it. We are recording this as well, so if you need to reference it at a later point in time, you can do that. We'll have it up on our YouTube channel, and I believe Phillips might have a link to it at some point. We have Tim Palmer here from Speech Processing Solutions, also known as Phillips. And if you have any questions along the way, feel free to shoot us an email, IM me, or give us a call here at the 1450 office, or you can wait till the end, and I believe you can submit questions through the webinar interface. If you have anything else to add, Tim, before we get started, go ahead. If not, everyone enjoy the webinar and look forward to hearing from you all soon.
Excellent. Thank you, Steve. And I'm very glad to have this opportunity to be in front of all of you and discuss the Phillips solutions as they are available to you through 1450. And with this, again, I'm Tim Palmer, Key Account Manager with Speech Processing Solutions, and we make the Phillips products, as many of you already know. Well, I want to start off here by reminding you about one of the prizes that you are eligible for while purchasing products through 1450. And here is a picture of the Xbox One, which is the grand prize for the month of June, June is Phillips month. And the reason I put a lot of thought into what would make sense for people who use the Phillips products and purchase the Phillips dictation-related products. And I came up with the Xbox One for a couple of reasons. And here's some quotes from Xbox.com that made me want to select the Xbox One for June's prize. The tagline for the Xbox One is "Cutting-edge design meets cutting-edge technology." I thought that was a pretty good description of the Phillips products, and I went more into some of the new and improved audio-related features and voice recognition features of the Xbox One. Focuses on the sounds that matter, as well as advanced noise isolation, even in a crowded room. And when reading up on this, I started thinking about our customers and realizing that the Speech Mic Premium is very much the same. These same quotes on Xbox One or Xbox.com really could relate to the Speech Mic Premium also. Cutting-edge design meets cutting-edge technology. Focuses on the sounds that matter. Advanced noise isolation, even in a crowded room. And might even say even in a noisy room. Now, testing real-life situations in noisy environments was an interesting thing as we were designing and creating the Speech Mic Premium. Now, I thought about our customers, whether they're medical, legal, public safety, finance, any market that we sell, that you sell Dragon into, that you sell Phillips products into, and started thinking, our people work in noisy environments. For example, hospitals for medical, busy law firms, police scenes, and the list goes on. There's a number of places where they have to dictate or do work with speech recognition. However, they're in a noisy environment that can affect that speech recognition. And we want to reduce that. So what we did in our testing is we tested competitive devices. And as you can see on the left-hand side is normal speech, followed by simulated environmental noise caused by wind, air blowing near the microphone. So that environmental noise, you can see, has a significant impact on the audio quality, or is easily picked up by competitive microphone devices. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what effect does this environmental noise have on speech recognition? Whether it's kids crying in the background, or sirens, or coworkers talking in the halls, what effect do these things have on speech recognition? So for us at Phillips, as we develop a device for speech recognition and dictation, a microphone, this was an important factor for us. we've made significant progress over the years, and with the SpeechMic 3, you can see that we already have better quality, better noise reduction than competitive microphones. So even having that competitive advantage over other devices out on the market, we still didn't think that was good enough. So we developed the SpeechMic Premium. As you can see here with the SpeechMic Premium, you have the same text, the same recording of audio voices and such here. But you see on the right-hand side, I kind of blew up this picture just to show that noise disturbance a little bit, as it is so minute compared to the audio that was recorded of the speaker's voice, and especially as it compares to the noise, the same environmental noise with other microphones out on the market, even including our SpeechMic 3. So this is one of those things where we say the SpeechMic Premium is the best microphone out on the market for desktop microphone for speech recognition. Now, so going a little bit more into this, how did we get the best audio? Well, it started off with studio quality free-floating microphone. So that free-floating microphone in and of itself is noise canceling by design, right? So just like a studio microphone in a recording studio, the microphone itself, it doesn't touch the surrounding edges, so it doesn't get affected noises from the case of the microphone itself. So that mechanically removed from the casing so that we don't get that noise. In addition, to further reduce environmental noise, we have a built-in pop and hiss filter. So that noise filter there is also designed to reduce that noise even more, even when you're holding that microphone close up to your mouth. In addition, there were a number of things that we did with the device construction as well. You'd be surprised at how much these all matter, even for when you're pushing the buttons or rubbing the case, things like that can cause what we call phantom words, these and that and stuff like that come in because you're rubbing the case, and that through other microphones, that noise can travel through the case into the microphone and cause those phantom words. So those are some of the things that we've done to create the best audio of a desktop recorder, and therefore the best audio gives your customers better speech recognition and a better speech recognition experience, which we knew to be very important. Now, for customers that are simply using a microphone, using the SpeechMic Premium microphone with Dragon to do Word, to draft documents and letters directly in Word, to create and draft emails in Outlook, and other various products that they're using, talking into an EMR. If all they're wanting to do is use the SpeechMic Premium with Dragon and their applications, I've already made the case where we have the best microphone available. But I also want to show you with most of the rest of this presentation how the SpeechMic Premium and the rest of the Philips dictation products can also improve workflow. And also what this does is it leverages the Dragon investment and further enhances the value of that Dragon investment through additional workflow capabilities. And I'm going to do this with Philips Speech Exec software. Now, you have to imagine yourself here in your customer's shoes. And with this, since we sell into multiple customers, I'm going to try approaching this from multiple angles. And with this, you have those of you who've been selling Dragon for a long time. You know that there's those that love Dragon, they use it, and they buy it. You train them properly. They put the effort in, and they're successful. They're your case studies. They're your success stories for Dragon. And on top of that, we have those that enjoy the benefits of Dragon. However, they struggle with commands and such as that, and maybe they don't get as much out of it as they would like, and as you would like. So with this, we have ways to leverage Dragon both on the front end with direct speech recognition as well as on the back end. And I want to show you a little bit of both of those here. Using my trackball on my SpeechMic Premium, I'm going to go ahead and show you that we have two different ways of recording using the microphone and incorporating speech recognition. I'm first of all going to press the record button on my SpeechMic Premium, and it's going to bring up my speech recognition window. And with this, as you know, you can do macros and create custom commands within Dragon. And the nice part is SpeechMic and the SpeechExec software can incorporate those Dragon into a workflow. So by the push of a button, program my F1 key to be a legal memorandum, which would have been the same as if I'd have given the speech recognition key of memorandum template, which is what I've created. Or I create a second one. In this case, I could have multiple templates for legal, but I also could create a simple chart note and attach it to a different F key. And again, I can go through here and do the speech recognition. I want to show you, just make sure you get the feeling here of how I can incorporate speech recognition into this workflow. June 6, 2014. Next field, Tony Patterson. And what you're going to notice next here is instead of saying next field, I'm going to start using, I'll use the next field button. And as we go through here, you've probably already noticed that the screen turned green. And this is a way for the author to always know whether or not they're recording. So it's an added feature for us to, and you can choose any color you want, but we've added the feature of changing the screen color so you can clearly see that you're recording. The patient is a 35-year-old white male that presents himself with a knee injury, period. The patient injured himself while playing basketball yesterday and immediately went to the emergency room, period. There they took x-rays and prescribed 500 milligrams hydrocodone, period. And again, of course, I can go through here and I can continue and finish the note myself. And as we have a playback feature that incorporates the audio with the text, let me rewind it and play it back. June 6, 2014. Tony Patterson. Right, so it goes through and reads it back where you can, with the, as an author, I can hear it in case they came up with a word and I didn't know what it was saying. But the nice thing also is, in this case, as a doctor, and in the other case as an attorney, or whatever I am, whatever profession I am, as I go through and do this recording, I can play it back and listen to it myself. However, if I need to do it immediately, I can do it. But if I need to go through, if I don't want to do this right now, or I want someone else to take care of it, even though I've done the speech recognition here on the front end, I can send this for correction to someone else in the office who gets my dictations, who gets my speech recognition file. So even if I were to see this and go, you know what, there's too much formatting, I don't have time to do this formatting, I don't have time to do, maybe this time I came up with a few more errors than usually, I don't have the time to do this, I want someone else to look it over, right? Or even if you want a second set of eyes, I've heard with medical practices where there have been times where they wanted a second set of eyes to review it to make sure of accuracies, especially with medication going into the note. I could send for correction, which puts it on my work list to be reviewed, but also puts on the work list of anyone attached to me within the SpeechExec software. So again, just like I showed you the playback where I can play it back, a medical assistant or a legal assistant, anything like that can go through there, open it up, like what I did, and as I said, play it back and make sure that it's accurate. Once done, they can finish the dictation, And they have a number of outputs they can do. They can copy to the clipboard, export as an RTF file, or even just create it directly into a Word document. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and do not export. So in other words, I reviewed it, I got what I needed out of it, I'm done. Once the file has been completed, it drops off both off of the author's workspace as well as drops off of the transcriptionist's workspace. So even in the speech recognition world, where is this relevant? Right? I tried to make a few cases where this is relevant, and on the medical side. On the legal side, it's interesting as I've talked with attorneys. I've even heard stories from attorneys doing things such as one attorney told me, actually I've heard this a few times, but they said what they really liked about a workflow solution like this, even related as it relates to Dragon, is what they used to do was they used to create a document in Word, save the document in Word, email it to their assistant. Their assistant then would review it and make any corrections and send them back a draft copy of it. And what the Philips workflow solution did for them was allow them to go through, do the speech recognition, format it the way they want, take advantage of those front-end templates that we already showed, and use the system to send it over to the assistant. And by doing that, it was able those attorneys were able to better track the work sent over to their assistants. And of course, once the assistants went through, reviewed it, had the audio to make sure it was correct, didn't have to go back to the attorneys to make sure it was accurate, and then we're able to send them back the final draft instead of having emails of the Word document going back and forth. So again, even with speech recognition on that standpoint, even when doing front-end speech recognition, incorporating that into workflow has been valuable for our customers. In addition, with speech recognition, there are times where we've had people come back to us and say, I would rather not see the words appear on my screen. I don't want to see the words, but I still want to take advantage of Dragon for speech recognition. So we could do the same type of thing even with the microphone, where we could do a live recording. Right, we could do a live recording of a dictation and send it for speech recognition that would happen on the back end. So let me do a quick text of this. Oh, sorry about that. I'd like to thank everyone for joining this 1450 webinar, period. This is how the speech recognition gets converted on the back end rather than on the front end, period. So as I finish this, I could just say I'm going to finish the dictation, and on my software, it is simply a file, a digital dictation file. I can send this over to once I've saved this file, it automatically shows up on my assistant's system as well, where it can be run automatically to go through the speech recognition queue. So once it hits, imagine in this process it's hitting a legal assistant, medical assistant, a transcriptionist, and once it goes through to their PC, and it's saved here, it's also picked up from their PC, it runs through speech recognition, and therefore you have a document on the other side that can be used. Now, this process in and of itself is also mirrored closely, right, with the recorders. So if for those of you who have customers that use handheld recorders to do dictation, this can also be mirrored. So with Philips, we have, in addition to the SpeechMic Premium, we also have the DPM 8000 series recorders. Let me see what happened there. Go ahead and share this back up. There can be fun things that happen with GoToMeeting, so I apologize for that. So I wanted to show you this on the screen, our DPM 8000 recorder. Now, the reason I bring this into a speech recognition related webinar is the fact that you don't have to be tied to Dragon in order to use speech recognition. And the benefit of a recorder tied into a workflow solution like this is you're able to not only take advantage of speech recognition at the desktop, but you can take advantage of speech recognition and speech recognition templates no matter where you dictate. So to show this as an example, I'm going to use I have a DPM 8000 recorder in my hand, and I am going to do a quick dictation, and you'll see me send it through the software and incorporate it into Dragon. Attached to this letter is your lab results from the medical center, period. Please review the lab results and contact our office if you have any questions, period. So having done that now, I dictated a quick letter and I'm going to send it out to the patient. I have now docked my recorder. And in just a few moments, the dictation is done, and I've now undocked my recorder because, as a doctor, I want to spend as little time as possible here in front of my computer. So I've undocked it. I've moved on with my busy day. And as you can see, while I was doing that, docked it and went off, my dictation, my letter, went through speech recognition. And when I open it, not only are you going to see the speech recognition, but you're going to see my letter up here on my letterhead, and with my logo, my office. I even incorporated some Microsoft Mail merge items here. And this, as you can see, the speech recognition came in and imported into an area where specifically I put in the template where the speech recognition should begin. I even made it where my name appeared here as a signature, and it pulled from the recorder metadata. The metadata that comes from the recorder attached to the audio file and is available for Dragon templates. Again, I can play this. If I were to send this over to someone in the office at the front desk that mails out my letters, I dock my recorder, they pick it up in the software, similar exactly as you see here, listen to it, make sure it's accurate, make sure everything's formatted correctly, print it, stuff it in the envelope, put the stamp on it, and send it out of the office. All right, so again, I have a number. In that case, I would have been best off saving as a Word document if I were the front office, and directly from here, without even having to copy and paste it in a Word, I could have saved it as a Word document, put it in the envelope, mailed it out. So as you see, you don't have to be tied to the computer to use Dragon for back-end speech recognition, which is such a powerful tool for medical professionals that prefer using a handheld recorder. And even in the legal field, where could they use this recorder, right? A lot of times attorneys will use it out of the office as they're at the courthouse driving from one location to another and things like that, so they can use the recorder and not have to also use their phone all the time, which drains their battery quickly. As you can see, with those of you who haven't seen the DPM 8000 recorder before, there are two different screens on it. One is an advanced screen that gives you a lot of detail, including some of the metadata points that are available to come over and be used for speech recognition. But it also has the analog recorder, something that has been so powerful with helping people move and make that jump from analog dictation to digital dictation. Just this screen alone helps them feel better about the device they're using if they were worried about going to a digital dictation solution. We can also turn off as many of these buttons as needed to give them the feel of an analog and the workflow of an analog device. Something that's also been helpful in attorneys and physicians making that leap from analog to digital. At the same time, we're in a very, very mobile world today. So we want to make sure that users have the ability to incorporate their mobile devices into a workflow, into a digital dictation workflow such as we have. So Phillips, I've now shared here my phone. So iPhone app is what you see here. And not only do we have the application available for Apple, but we also have it available for Android as well as BlackBerry devices. So what the goal here is be able to capture dictations from your phone anywhere you go. And although it may not be, as far as a phone, some people use their phones as a primary dictation device. We find that it is best as a supplement dictation device, something in addition to your SpeechMic Premium, something in addition to your handheld recorder. And so to kind of demonstrate, at least in the legal field, as well as in the medical field, some of the ways this might happen, I'll do a quick couple dictations for you, how a legal professional or a medical professional might use this and tie it into their workflow solution. Hi, I just got a call from John Smith about his case, his discrimination in the workforce case. Our call lasted about 15 minutes. Please bill for those 15 minutes, as well as put those notes in our client management system. So as a professional here, I can make a dictation and I can send it in from anywhere. Now keep in mind, I did a legal one there. That dictation that I just did is one of the largest issues for attorneys' offices losing billable hours, right? If I were to have taken that call from John Smith on the weekend or after hours when I'm, enjoying an evening at home, if I were to have taken that call and said to myself, you know what, I'll let my assistant know in the morning that that I had that call with John so she can bill for it or he can bill for it. Or I'm on the weekend, I'll wait till Monday and make sure someone knows about it. I'll remember. There's no way they're going to remember, and they know that. So having it where as soon as they hang up from a call, a billable call, and they're able to flip that into a recording that ties into a workflow solution, such as what we have here, have that come into a workflow solution is an incredibly powerful thing, so that that the assistant doesn't have to go all over the place to get different messages. They can get everything at one place. I might do the same thing as a provider, sending sending order requests through the system. I might find that's the best way to send order requests and things like that. A public safety professional, same type of thing as they're out in the field, could use a handheld recorder. A detective use a handheld recorder, or even a phone as they go and investigate a crime scene. Right? So those are all the things. And what I wanted to do here, the purpose of this was obviously to help everyone understand in this webinar, right? The most important things you can understand is Philips has the best equipment, the best hardware for speech recognition. Philips has the ability to incorporate all of those devices together in one system that helps a medical office, a legal office, a sheriff's department, a financial institution, an insurance company, helps them tie all of those things together in one place to consolidate the workflow and maximize the efficiency a workplace might have. So at this time, I'd like to open it up for questions and any comments that any of you might have or would like to see further. So I will go ahead and open this up. And before I open it up all the way, I'd like to ask Steve if you've received any questions as we've gone along.
I have not seen anything at the moment. If anyone does have anything, like I said, feel free to IM it or go to the webinar function as well to go ahead and send us questions.
Okay, let me go ahead through here, and I'll unmute the lines and see if anyone has any questions. One moment. Or you can also, I believe they can raise their hand in here to if they have questions. Maybe not on this.
Tim, I have a question.
Yes.
This is John. Can you talk a little bit about the HIPAA compliancy of the iPhone and Android app?
Can we afford Rex just for a few weeks before we get rid of Troy?
I'm sorry?
Okay.
So, sorry, let me address the one.
Okay.
Let me address the first question. As far as the HIPAA compliancy, so we have two different versions of our mobile app available in this, where we have not only the dictation of, so we have two flavors of it, one that goes through the Philips servers and goes through the speech exec system in a environment where you have email, where it sends email or FTP down to the speech exec system. Right, so in the medical environment, we also have it where the medical system can host their own mobile server, and therefore it pulls into their web server, pulls into their servers, and you have the end-to-end security that you'd be looking for, kind of in that medical practice. And let me make sure I keep you unmuted here, John. So, John, as far as that goes, did that answer your question? As far as we have one where the dictation hub for legal environments, it works fantastic. For medical environments, it sends through email or FTP. And in those environments, if they're really wanting to get a mobile solution in there and serious about it, they'd want to host their own mobile solution server in-house so that they can have that end-to-end security.
So is that a separate software component that they would need?
It's one that works. It's part of our speech exec solution, but it's an add-on product to our speech exec solution.
Okay, so essentially they would upload via their own VPN, virtual VPN, to their own server network.
So as far as it goes, it would upload through secure HTTPS up to their own web server, would pull it in to their mobile server and connect it, and basically put it in there for their their speech exec to pull and route it.
Would they need a separate PC to run this, or could they run this on one of their workstations?
I think it would be best if they had a server. This might be a solution available for even kind of mid and larger medical clients, to where I would myself, since it's interacting with the web server, so if they have a website and such, I'd want it to pull in that way. Have a dedicated machine communicating with the web server to pull that in, and then that can tie it into the speech exec solution.
And this can be done with the individual speech exec, not the. It does not have to be the enterprise version.
It does not have to be the enterprise. It could be speech exec pro as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to kind of, Steve, have you gotten anything in addition?
I have not. I think it's more just kind of
We'll be back
what
on
tends to
Wednesday.
happen on these is.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
is there anyone else that has?
If you give me the word on the promotion that you guys, or the announcement.
Sorry, I'm not sure if we're getting secondary information or first here. One moment.
to get back in front of them, like, hey, you know, just checking in, and by the way.
Sorry here. So as far as it definitely would make it easier if everyone contacted Steve with questions or emails real quick here. But I'm going to go through and unmute a few lines here, see if we have anything that we need. All right, so I don't know if I am able to unlock everyone.
And then that's what I'm going to focus on all next week. So I feel pretty good. I told you.
Okay, so as far as everyone else on the phone, what do we have? Do we have any other questions from those on the phone? Okay. Again, the main message as we go through here, remember we have the two prizes, the Philips Hue lighting system that you get for every order that you place with 1450 for Philips product gets you into the Philips Hue drawing, and every product that I believe it's $500 that you spend with 1450 gets you in for the Xbox One drawing as well. And just remember, as you've attended our webinar here today, I want to make sure everyone remembers, as you sell Dragon, sell a speech mic, right? Get them the best audio that will give you the best opportunity for a positive Dragon experience through better speech recognition. All right, and again, I'd like to thank everyone for attending, and we'll bring this webinar to a close. Steve, do you have any final comments? Steve, are you available for a comment?
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to thank everyone. Thanks, Tim, so much for doing this and taking the time out to answer all the questions that have come up. And if anyone has any questions that come out today or in the future, feel free to shoot us an email, call get a hold of us somehow to go ahead, and that way we can answer those questions and field the comments for you as well. And reminding, like Tim did, that this is the Philips month, so any Philips product ordered within this month qualifies you for a single entry into the Philips Hue drawing, as well as any for every $500 spent with us across the board qualifies you for a entry into the Xbox One that Tim had mentioned earlier today. And if you have any questions on how the drawings work and everything like that, feel free to reach out to us again. Thanks so much, Tim. Thanks, everyone, for joining. We will be recording this, or I'm sorry, we have recorded this already. That should be up on our YouTube channels momentarily in the next couple days. So if you have any questions or need to refer back to, you can do that as well. Thanks again. Tim, do you have anything else before we close?
Nope, that's it. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
All right, take care all. Talk to you. Bye.